Hi everyone and welcome to your daily tarot reading. This is for Tuesday the 3rd of April. I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck today. This is the deck I use in my personal readings as it's the most archetypal of all the decks. It's based on the original Rider-Waite deck. They've just kind of highlighted the colors a little bit, and I like bright colors. I always have. They cheer me up, and that's why I love using this deck. So let's have a look at what's coming up for you today via the Radiant Rider-Waite. So we've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a blessing from the universe in terms of your feelings, in terms of spiritual connection, love for the universe, love for yourself, love for the life that you're living. And this cross here is representative of the intersection of spirit coming down and the real world, your emotional self, intersecting and crossing. And this dove of peace is kind of delivering that. And the cup is overflowing with positive emotions, positive feelings. And you can see this hand kind of extending itself out of the cloud, out of the unmanifest. So, some days you wake up and you just feel that everything's going to be okay in your life. Sometimes you feel totally aligned and connected with the world that you live in. You feel connected to the people in your life. You have a sense of goodness and kindness and love for those around you, and everything just seems to be okay. So today, without meditating or without spending hours praying and doing yoga, there's a natural connection with spirit, and that gives you a sense of knowing who you are, what's important to you, and it gives you a sense of spiritual strength as well, because the more connected you are to your higher self and the higher power, the universe, God, the creator, whatever you want to call it, the more resilient you are in terms of what you can do in the real world, because you are empowered by this spiritual energy, and that allows you to overcome hurdles and obstacles which when you're down you can't overcome. It's like when you're trying to write an essay or you're writing a report or something like that. If you have been working for 30 days non-stop and you're exhausted and tired, writing the report can take you 5 to 6 hours. But when you have a holiday, for instance, you've been off for a week and you apply yourself to the same piece of work, you can get it done in an hour or two. And it's not that the work itself is different, it's simply that you're recharged and that you have the energy to deal with it. And today you're being given that spiritual energy to cope with whatever happens in your life, and to do it with grace and kindness and love, and being gentle towards those around you and to yourself. The Wheel of Fortune is the 10th card of the Major Arcana, and it means good luck. And when it's in reverse, it still means good luck, but what becomes clearer is that this compass, which is impossible to read, it's one of those Icelandic compasses, and these symbols, which these look like Hebrew symbols, but these are, I don't know what they are. They are very difficult to read. And when the card is in reverse like this, it means that you're figuring out the hieroglyphs, the meaning of your life, what direction you're going in, and you figure out how to go in the right direction so that you have more good luck and fortune in your life. So the Wheel of Fortune this way around, it shows that sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down, and it has a natural cycle to it, and it's always going round. And it's basically an indicator of life's ups and downs. It is a positive card though. It means that you're transitioning into a more positive period, and that the cycle is upwards. When it's in reverse, it doesn't mean the cycle is downwards. It just means that you have greater understanding. And if you want to transition into a more fortuitous time in your life. You have to do a little bit more work, and you have to kind of decipher what's going on, to look at opportunities that may need a little bit of focus and effort, that you actually recognize where they are and how they are. And by listening to your feelings today, particularly, and by listening to the opportunities that come to you via other people and the world, and by trying to decipher what's going on and what the hidden meanings are and where the hidden opportunities lie, that's a way to transition into a much more positive period in your life and to make things better. And this is a daily reading, so to make things better for you on this day. You're going to have a much better day anyway, because you started with the Ace of Cups. If you start a day and you go into the world feeling loving and kind, then the world usually responds in turn, and you have a great day that's filled with loving kindness. If you walk down the street and smile at people, usually you'll have someone smile back at you. Now, make sure that your interactions with other people, they're going to be positive anyway, but there'll be hidden clues, hidden treasures within those conversations. Make sure you keep your eyes and ears open so that you can use that to transition into a luckier, positive, more positive time in your life. Finally, we've got the Moon card. The Moon is being on a difficult journey to this place that you feel you need to get to. It's setting a goal, but really being scared of what's coming up. The lobster coming out of the emotions is a fear of your own emotional state and your own kind of temperament getting in the way of getting there. So I want to become let's say, a CEO of a business. But as soon as you start doing that and you start working, your emotions may tell you, oh, well, my temperament isn't so controlling and I'm not that good at being in the public eye. And that's an obstacle. Then there are other obstacles on your path. These coyotes, these wolves, it may feel like sometimes there are other people who are very competitive and who are trying to tear you to shreds to prevent you from getting to the top because they want to get to the top themselves. Then you've got the obstacles of the institutions and the way things are done, the natural succession. So if you're in a company and you want to get to a position of seniority, then it's, okay, we would like to promote you, but Patrick has been here 2 months longer than you, so we're going to give him that position because that's only natural and fair. It's those kind of obstacles. Now, the Moon in the tarot is a fearful path. It's setting goals, but being afraid of getting to the end because of all of the things that I've just mentioned. It's in reverse. So you have a goal in mind. You have this point of enlightenment and the light at the end of the tunnel, basically. So you have hope, but you're not afraid of yourself. You're not afraid of the obstacles that the world is going to throw at you, because you know that the world is always going to cause you problems, and that's another natural rhythm of life. You're totally connected with the world and your spiritual reality, and that's why you're not afraid. You know that if you want to get anything done, anything of importance, you're going to have to put in an effort, and there will be struggle involved, and there will be hard times that you have to overcome. But that doesn't hold you back today. Instead, you move ahead, you decipher what's going on, and you make a lot of progress today by listening to other people, by being direct, and by being goal-oriented. And you can achieve a lot today, and it's not in a harsh way where you have to become a coyote and compete with other people, or where your feelings sabotage you. Absolutely not. Your feelings are supporting you. You have love for other people. You don't compete. You know that there's something special about you and that competition is totally irrelevant. And you feel liberated from that whole way of living and the whole way of seeing the world. Companies do this to their employees a lot because they pit them against each other because it creates more productivity. So a lot of companies will have a morning kind of meeting, and they will do the sales board, for instance. So Jonathan is number one on the sales board because yesterday he did the best, and Susan is number two because she came in second. And they do that every day to pit the employees against each other, and everyone wants to be number one. And you don't have to feel that today. You feel independent. You know that what you're doing is something that's meaningful and worthwhile, and you will progress. And you don't need to compare yourself to other people or think about what other people are doing. As long as you're looking at your journey, your path, you'll have a great day. You'll be very productive. You'll succeed, and you'll understand things about your current life, your existence, that you can improve and change for the better. Number-wise, we've got an ace card, which is 1, and 10 is 11. And what's this? 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 and 11 is 29. 2 and 9 is 11, and 11 is the master number of service. So by understanding what your life is about and how you progress, you're actually helping other people. Firstly, by being an example, other people will look at you, maybe your nephews and nieces or children, and they'll say, Mom and Dad, look at them, they're really doing well in the world, they're creating these wonderful opportunities, they work hard to provide for us. That's an inspiration. When I get older, I want to be like that too. To set out, to have a desire and to put it into practice and to overcome hurdles and to succeed because of believing in something. And also, you serve other people by creating your life in a more prosperous, abundant, and happy way. And every person who kind of overcomes their natural obstacles and become successful in their life, it makes it easier for other people to, again, look at you and see that success is possible. It may also be that you're working in some sort of healing profession, and today you figure out that you would be much more useful, for instance, as a unconventional healer rather than a nurse or a doctor or a chiropractor, and you decide that you want to be a psychic healer or a spiritual healer or a communicative healer, and you figure out that your healing abilities need to be shifted in a different direction, and because you make this shift, you are actually able to be of more service to people through this unconventional new work that you're going to start to do. So it's a day of letting your feelings guide you, not competing and not looking to others for your answers, but looking at the answers from within and making positive changes so that your life improves. So an amazing day, another great day of change. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.